Okay, is this... Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, I think you can hear me. Okay, well, right now I'm just going to play Bit Heroes for the moment. Okay? I think it's a pretty good game. I've been on and off on it for a pretty long time. And it's not bad. It's pretty good as far as games go. There's actually a really good, like a year or two back. But, I feel like there has been a little bit of a decline. What? I'm just recording the video. Why do you always assume these things the moment I don't do them? Like, you literally... Every time. Every time I, do something. Oh no, you're not talking to me. Every time I'm not talking to you. You're talking to me. Okay, well, firstly, as far as things go, I will be doing trials. I've been trying to get the cosmetics ever since I got back into this. I really like some of them. So for the moment, we'll just be doing this. You generally just leave it on auto. Once you get to a certain point, you usually just be grinding. The grind isn't too bad, so I have a good amount of patience. I think I may turn off the music and stuff after this video. Come on, let me see if this makes it any better. There. But yeah, basically, you'll be grinding for legendaries at first. See, I'm gonna have to definitely make these. There. Why are you every time? There, that is a bit better. Yeah, that's definitely a bit better. So basically, once you hit tier 3 and you'll have unlocked grade 4. And before going into the zone, the 4th zone, which will generally be where you unlock the different tiers, you'll generally be grinding the first grade for like mostly epics and maybe a few legendaries. Grind at one part for a long time. Where you devote a bunch of time instead of progressing to get the legendaries that you want. But basically, if you're just trying to go through quickly nowadays, grind the raid for epics, and then continue on with some heavy generally you'll find very like I said, I've been on and off with this game, so I definitely am not really very OP compared to what OP is nowadays, but you know, it's fine. But yeah, basically, like, once you, get to a certain point, you'll unlock your trials and stuff, and, at certain tiers, they will, of course, give you legendaries as an extra bonus for doing them. There's not too much to say about the game, so I could explain what I do know about the stuff. Don't expect me to be, like, an encyclopedia on it. Go to me for that on Dark Souls most of the time. Basically, you have your cosmetics, you have your familiars, which are the guys that are helping me right now. You of course have your gear. And what I meant by, like, cosmetics was, like, the cosmetics will, you get the idea. There's something you can put on your, gear to make it look different. You can select your cosmetics, so long as you've already unlocked the gear and gotten it. You can use it even if you scrapped it at the crafter. It's not exactly hard. So there is PvP, of course. If you're not that competitive, it won't really matter too much to you. Mainly because what was this thing is? I completely forgot what I was talking about because I got interrupted by my mom. Dang it. Oh yeah, like, PvP is still, good to do, because you're good to cosmetic chests. If you, go at it hard enough, you'll generally want to, get to a high level, though, and really, go to ham on it. No legendaries. Oh well. Sadly, Trials is the easier thing for me to get legendaries and stuff. Like, Raids is very, clingy to its items. There isn't too much of a surprise there, but you know. I don't think. Nope. Anyways, basically, Raids is generally more clingy with its legendaries and sets. Trials and Gauntlets, they're in the same category, they use the same stuff. They just alternate each week. At least I get a ton more legendaries and stuff. I get them pretty consistently. In Trials and stuff, then you have like Guild v Guild and stuff, which is generally for bucks or if it's a particular event and item. So I'm sure the majority of people that eventually see this will really just know the majority of this. It's more of me repenting, to be honest, than explaining anything. You have World Boss along with the zones that use up your energy. They of course give their own legendaries and stuff from tier 4 and onwards. Start at tier 3 at first. My favorite is the Netherworld boss. to be honest. I have my blue Diablo here to show for it. Yeah, the music gets a bit annoying after a while. Basically, you can use your familiars together and stable them. There's a ton of stuff you can do with your character. You have runes, you have, enchants. Oh, jeez, yeah. You have pets and accessories. And then, of course, there are set items. Has that piece of the basically it's pretty simple once you get into it. If you're grinding for familiars, you can imagine that it'll be pretty hard to get the higher ones. Like, it gets continuously, progressively harder. When I say that it gets progressively harder, like almost multiplicatively. Basically, if you want high tier familiars, you've normally gotta fusion them. But oh no, it isn't that simple. High tier familiars usually consist of the beginning epic familiars, mixed with maybe a legendary familiar or 2 or 5, depending on what you're making. Basically, these ones are the ones you want to look out for generally, just the epic ones in general. Like this guy, I'm pretty sure goes to a pretty powerful tank. This guy goes along with a rare dude, Tubbo. You need him at the very beginning. It's not that hard to find him. To make this man who becomes the second grade healer, the first grade healer, healer you'll usually get is this man, Glass Cannon Slime Master Borland. He's not even a glass cannon. I'm pretty sure tissue paper would be less fragile than this man is. This poor man. Did him. He's clearly got no bone structure. In fact, it's amazing that he can even form himself into that state. Basically, most of your high-tier familiars will come from epic-tier familiars to rare-tier familiar fusions. Once upon a time, I was able to get Astaroth, but of course the game rejected me. Of course. And of course, you can get the world boss familiars. This is just one of the actual bosses in world bosses. He makes for a very powerful tank. Yeah, like in terms of raw power as a tank, if you're a DPS or healer, I'm DPS, like a very heavy glass cannon. As it is, you can tell in terms of raw power, he's just, he's got it all, including a 30% chance block. But the perks of having this blue Diablo is a 9% deflect chance and 15% evade chance. So for one, like 1 out of 10 times, he will, roughly 1 out of 10 times anyways, he will, deflect and, send an enemy's damage right back at them, and then, like a fifth? Like, 1 out of every 5 times, I think that would be. Maybe. He will evade and just completely ignore damage entirely. Plus, I do have some stuff on him. It's not particularly good stuff, but he sacrifices a little bit of his beefiness for, some pretty useful stuff. But of course, if you just want a raw tank that has a very good survivability, you just go for Shramps. Besides, Rarzuk is a legendary, so it's going to take a little bit of work to get him. Although it did require me getting my favorite epics, which I did not have too much problem with grinding for. I mean, it was a long grind, don't get me wrong, but I didn't have too much of a problem with it. Ooh, friggin' thing. That goes weak. It turns into this, which is even cooler. I should probably, get 2 Torlims to make, another Zorgim. And just, have 1 Torlim. Let's just serve under him. Then we have, Xena, which is also a pretty good, tank. It's not as powerful as, either Shramps or Rarzuk. In fact, if you look at the stats, it's much weaker. But it does have some good things going for it. It's mainly just a unique, epic tier tank. Like, if for some reason, I would assume this would be, if you just so happen to get lucky during the zombie invasion and, stuff to make Shramps was just really holding out on you, you would use that. And then we have these, which will be used later. If you get one of these, or you see the chance to get one of these, pounce on it. It will be very useful. Although I do not have the complete stuff for him. It's going to take a while for me to get that. So it requires getting several bosses, which instead of this guy require going through dungeons thousands of times just for 1 chance to get him. While with that guy you can just go to this raid and have a much better chance of getting him. Yeah, you can see, these are just, the different fusions. Of course, I've got a bunch, mainly just because I, have, been at this for a long time. I don't have the most impressive display, though. So, don't mistake me or anything. As a guy who's got a lot of them. No, we've only just begun. So yeah, generally I'm not that competitive right now because I'm not up to the high tier stuff. You know, you can tell, like, even after a few days of hitting it for the points only, which still takes all of my tickets for it, I'm at there at best. I'm right here at best. Hey, Shadow. Yeah, I mainly just do it right now for the gems and this. Your chance to get any one of these. You're guaranteed to get one of these. It's very random. What I'm holding out for is mainly this. And in more recent views, this. Dark Lord look right now. I'm actually farming Trials and Gauntlets for Soul Shadow. Very cool set. Oh, jeez. I thought for a moment if you had it and you were going to answer it. But then as it went on, I was like, it's right next to me, isn't it? Sorry. So anyways, you generally just have to get 10,000 points, and you can go for this as well in Trials and Gauntlets. That way you have double the chances of getting what you want. Mainly I'm just gonna go to raids right now. I have a specific set that I want from here for the moment. Because it's just generally I'm trying to keep the smaller sets right now until I can get up to a high enough tier in the Netherworld to start farming for the set pieces there, which is basically just I think the Inferno set. Sadly, I don't particularly like the majority of the big sets that they have now. I like the smaller sets more, to be honest. Right, I was grinding for the longest time to like a few weeks ago, for Unity. This required me doing Trials and Gauntlet and raids. You can imagine how long it would take with how clingy set pieces or legendaries alone are in raids. You can get legendaries and stuff fairly consistently if you have a high enough item find for raids, but sets are a different story. They are just some of the most frigging challenging things you'll face in general. Yes, your parents are in the other room. Basically, it's grinding for set items are going to be the real test of your will here. If you don't have enough restraint to get even one piece of a set item, you just stop. At least for the moment. Like I said, I was on and off about it, so it wasn't too much of a problem for me. But still, it took about a year for me to get this. My luck in raids sucks. It is horrible luck I have in raids. Like, there's stingy and then there's my luck most of the time. Because I'll get legendaries, like I said before, pretty consistently in Trials and Gauntlets. But when it comes to raids, just dear God. Who knows, maybe now that I'm recording stuff, my luck will suddenly become boosted. Or maybe it'll just get worse. I don't know. But, you know, who knows? Yeah, I'm probably just gonna do this until, I've burned through the raids. if I don't get a legendary or set thing, oh, well, sure. I really wanted that, dude. That dude looks cool. But yeah, like, I'm just gonna switch to, the robot raid. God, the ringing, it won't stop. And basically the most popular strategy nowadays, for sets is to get, if you're a tank or a mage, just generally, get a set that helps you get shields, and mythics that will help you get shields. The general idea is that, there's no need for a healer if you're, completely boosted on, shields. It's basically like, double, health. The only way to regen shields is through sheer luck. And not through skills, just luck, mainly. Well, actually, there are a few skills, but it's generally luck. Unless you have a specific set that, gives you the skill to, imbue people with shields. Basically, I'm sure I've said basically like 10,000 times at this point, but, if you're a DPS, the main set you're probably gonna have is Arsenal. That's the name of the set in general. I believe it's a tier 9 set. You can upgrade the sets to basically upgrade their tiers. So basically what I'm going to try with Unity eventually is until I can get my Inferno set from, well, until I can get the Inferno set from, World Boss, is I'm going to, for the most part, keep it as it is right now, unless the game suddenly loves me and gives me 10 different set items from here. And, once I have that, I will, melt down the, hopefully, 2, set items that, I have from here, and upgrade them. This will also require, it basically just requires a lot of grinding for, set items, so you can just boil them down for set materials, so you can upgrade your set items of choice, if you even want to do that. Unity and stuff isn't too popular for the highest tiers nowadays, because it's all about the shields. But as it is, I consider it to be God tier, to be honest. Because, small price of having your necklace and ring slot used up for healing skill, which will also allow you to DPS with a better weapon than a staff. Although the later staves are a bit better than the early staves. I consider that to be the ultimate set or something such as that. One of the ultimate sets, anyways. Don't mind me being silent for about a minute now. As it is, this game is, I would say mainly a gear and familiar game. I mean, games like this are generally just all about the loot. With familiars, it gets a little bit more unique, but not too much. Since you could consider familiars to just be another form of loot. I really want to be that cold and heartless about these poor creatures. Monster. Oh, yay! Currently, I'm saving up my gems for that red demon mount when the next sale for it shows up. And then I'll get back to just either saving up for accessories and pets, or just cosmetics. Shop cosmetics. Because the shop will sell you different items based on what tier you're at. You just gotta look for the equipment chest at the bottom of the equipment tab in the shop section. Let's see if we can get lucky. Come on, Woodbeard. I know you're holding out on me. Just give me the set items. You douche. Oh, I guess we're done with Woodbeard for now. To the robot area. Oh my god, actually different music. Miracle. No different victory music though. Of course. Yeah, I stayed on a raid 2 for the longest time because I wanted Unity set. I didn't waste the time either. I got all the legendaries in that raid, as well as all the epic familiars in that raid. Not all the legendaries, actually, sort of, yeah. I got all the legendary familiars, is what I can say. Although I did get all the legendary gear in the raid as well. And I did get both of the set items. Basically, you can use a good amount of your materials from the raid, as well as the set materials that you get, to basically force the game to give you the specific set items from the tier that the materials are that you want. God, I remember when Trogdor's set was set to have along with the community. Those were the early days. Very early days. No different mobs. Are you sure, developers? Are you sure about that? Oh well. Not the worst thing in the world to go about. Mainly what I want from this area is just a final tier 7 equipment. Because I've got still got a tier 6 head, and I do not want that. The tier 6 sets work obviously well enough for tier 7. I believe they would work as the equivalent to tier 7 epics. But other than that, you know, And to show off my wealth and ages of farming, I will now switch to full-on R grade 2 legendaries. Behold! Oh god, what happened to that sword? Developers, you might want to fix that. I'm not sure the sword is supposed to be like that. But yeah, as it is, just mainly gonna stick with what I have right now. Right now I can just leave the body on forever. That looks somewhat cool, but it doesn't look too bad, but I think I'm just gonna go right now. Until I get Soul Shadow, the Slayer Code is probably my best choice to go with this. The Dwarf Lord! Ares Igniter. He's coming for you. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, so... Okay, no, it's somewhat okay. Yeah, what I dislike what they did with the epics after tier 6 is, with a good amount of the epics and stuff, you could choose to balance the tier stat placement into 2 instead of just fully focusing on one with minimal upgrades to others. I am probably going to be a severe frigging glass cannon the moment I get that tier 7 head. Oh, say hello to my first legendary. Yes, I keep those for sentimental things, just like this. Good memories. But for now we will stick with this, because I like the way Chaos looks. Call me edgy all you want. You cannot deny that this does look somewhat cool. Okay, well, goodbye. It was nice recording this. Big Heroes is one of those games that, I really enjoy. It was way back in 2017, during, the early part of the summer. It was very fun. And it still remains fun. If you're willing to try it, I would suggest that you do. Just remember, you have to have extreme patience. And it does get a bit complicated down the line. Not too much, at least in my opinion, but a little bit complicated. Bye!